Okay, we're gonna start out here at 20 till 8 here at the Wachter home of Whistle Pig Enterprises in Lenoir, North Carolina. And my lovely wife and assistant will demonstrate for us how to build a fire with the Whistle Pig Eco Fuel blocks. And what she's doing there first is she's placing the Whistle Pig kindling, which is 100% red oak, kiln dried. She's placing that into the high efficiency wood stove, and careful with those scissors, honey. I know how dangerous you can be. See how that's so clean. There's no bugs or dirt. Do you like bugs and dirt, Debbie?
No, I don't like bugs and dirt.
Oh, good.
A lot of mess.
Yeah, so here, this is how clean it can be, and start a fire. She's going to place those blocks. I think maybe place them end up, you know, with the turn. You've got them. There you go, like that. Just like that. Yeah. I'm going to set them in there so that they have good airspace around them. I'm just going to move it a little closer here and get a shot of that block. Now see, she's turning it. There, she's going to turn it up. She's placing them in there. Look at that. That's so nice and neat.
Just wrap up
the. Yep. We'll throw that in the garbage, or I guess you could throw it in the fire, but that might not be very ecological. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, she's going to light that up. Be careful. That's alright. It won't hurt you. Just start
I'd rather
there.
have a different sort of lighter here.
Yeah, she'd rather have the type of lighter that you would use to a long match. Here, why don't you light you a piece, twist that. There you go, babe. Throw that in there. There you go. Now let's just let that burn for a minute, and we'll check the time. It's taking her. Close that door. It's taking her about 4 minutes. Okay, let's watch this. Let's just sit here and watch the fire. And get started. Now that's 100% kiln dried red oak. No wax, no petroleum distillates, nothing but pure wood. And the key is it's kiln dried, so that's only about 6 to 8% moisture. Whereas your typical cordwood's going to run about 20% or maybe up to 30%, depending on how dry you've got it. So it's a little more to heat up all that water and get it dried out. Then we finally get the heat out of the wood. With this, we're getting the heat out of the wood a lot more quickly. Seems to be starting up pretty nice there. Let's just take a look at that clock. Look at that, it's right at 1/4 till. So we've been at this for a solid 5 minutes. Now Debbie, come over here and let's get a shot of you, and let's see if you're smiling or not. Let's stand over there and let's see. No, I can't see you. There you are. She's smiling, folks.
No mess.
No mess. Yep. That fire's getting started, looking good. Let's push that door too just a little bit. That smoke's wanting to boil out of there. Let's just push it too, just a little bit. There you go. That's good. We'll let that get going in there pretty good. You can see that the fire glass there is not clear, folks, and the reason that is from last year we burned some wood that wasn't quite dry. And whenever you burn green wood or any wood with a high moisture content, you're going to get a lot of creosote on your window. And the way to cure that is to just don't mess with that window, just leave it alone and put some 100% kiln dried lumber in there, or some very well cured cordwood, which might have a lot of bugs on it. But you put that in there, and that window glass will clear right up. We'll see that here in a little while. I'm not going to sit here for an hour filming this, but we've been running 5.5 minutes. That seems to be getting going pretty well in there, doesn't it, Debbie?
Yep.
Looks good. Well, pretty impressive. Now, y'all probably can't hear over the purring of the cat in the background, but I can hear that steel starting to expand a little on that stove. As we started this stove, there were no coals. This was the first light of the winter. We're sitting here at September 18th, and it's going to get down in the 50s tonight, so we finally felt like it was cool enough we could stand to have a fire. Children in the back, they're playing back in the playroom, cutting up a fuss. Let's see. We're at about almost 7 minutes now. When Debbie comes back, we're going to get her to open that door just so we can take a look at that fire better. I can tell, I don't know how much you can tell from the video, but I can tell that it's really catching up nicely in there. Very easy to light. There was, I think we had about 3 sections of the Lenore News topic in there, which, folks, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot less of a read than the Charlotte Observer, and not even comparable to the New York Times. So, very, very small paper. 3 sections it took us in there. We had them twisted. And Debbie, if you don't mind, go over there and open that door slowly, because the smoke will come out if you pull it open quickly. But open that slowly, and we'll take a look and see how those things are catching up in there. Oh wow, that's boiling pretty good, isn't it?
Yep. Easiest fire I ever started.
Debbie, now, when you start fires, do you do much swearing or fussing or anything? Don't you usually get a little upset starting a fire?
Yes, I usually wait for you to get home because I get irritated.
Yeah, usually wait for me to get home. By then the fire's usually out, and so then I'm irritated because the stove's cooled off and the fan stopped, and we lose heat that way. And folks, I'm gonna tell you, if your spouse can easily light a fire as easily as we just did, there's gonna be a lot less fussing in the house. Not to mention the bugs and dirt issue. We're just over 9 minutes. Now I'm going to get close up here, and you can look. You see, this is a high efficiency stove with a reburn on the top, and you can see that it's already getting warm enough. Those baffles are starting to perform, and for you firebugs like me, we're going to close this puppy up, and all the draft on this stove, this is a Regency, and all of the draft on it is from those tubes, those reburn tubes you see at the top. And when we shut this door, those tubes getting hot and superheating that air will reburn all the combustible gases left in the smoke. And really, on the outside of our chimney, all you see coming out is just a very small amount of smoke when this thing really gets going. It's a very clean burn. We just crossed 10 minutes. 10 minutes we've been at this, and you can see we've got a real fire in there. Honey, let's shut this door. Let's shut that door slowly. Let's see how we do. I'd like to see. Now, you remember you got to lift that handle just a little bit up. Lift. There you go. Now, let's see. Folks, I don't know if you can. I think you can see that. That's with the door shut. And you can see what I was talking about with that creosote on the window. But you see it starting to reburn at the top as it goes through those baffles. Boy, it is really looking good there. That's impressive. Isn't that impressive, Debbie?
Very impressive.
Yeah. I think we've just burned through our kindling here on the left. See, that window's already getting cleaned up. Can you see that window getting cleaned up, honey?
Yeah, I can definitely start to see the fire burning.
Yeah, that's really cleaning
It'd be
that
nice
window.
if it was totally clean, so it'd be like we had a real fireplace.
Oh, it will. It'll clean that window. It will be polished clean because we don't have any moisture to build up creosote. Less chimney sweeping, less bugs, less dirt, less fussing and cussing, less time spent trying to fiddle with getting the fire lit. Eco Fuel Blocks by Whistle Pig. Look at there. Look at that fire boiling up. You firebugs, now you guys that have a Regency stove or have a reburn chamber on your stove, you really enjoy getting there and watching that reburn, and it's achieving that already. I mean, we're only into this going on 13 minutes, and we've got a good hot fire in there. That is a good hot fire. You hear that stove heating up, Deb?
We have lots of tinkling.
Lots of tinkling, she says. Well, I'm telling you that. Look at that. That's impressive. No petroleum distillates. Carbon neutral. Made in America. Grown in America. You just don't get better heat than that. Don't support regimes that hate us. Don't waste petroleum. Lord knows we're going to need it, because one day we will run out. And there's no use to use fuel oil or propane, which is a distillate of gasoline. No use to use that to heat your house when you can heat it with 100% American energy. I'm telling you what, I've never seen this stove. I've never seen it heat up this fast. Very impressive. American energy. Well, we're approaching 15 minutes. And I think we firebugged this thing enough, and that fan might be on in about 5 more minutes. Deb, see if you plug that fan in. We don't even have the silly thing plugged in. Go there and plug that fan in for us. It might come on. Might surprise us. It's already hot enough to turn the fan on. That's impressive.
It's already putting out a lot of heat. I can feel it over here.
That's great. Well, this is the Wachter family signing off. And we hope you will support our family business, Whistle Pig Enterprises, by 100% American energy.